Hey there YouTube, this is MrLuBuFu here with all the spoilers that I have yet to cover. I do things in my way, so if you say I missed a spoiler, it's probably from the time of recording to the time of to the time of you watching it. So it'll be covered in the following video. Don't worry, I'll go over all the spoilers, all of them. Anyway, so let's just go ahead and jump into Porphyros. I think it's God of the Forge is how it is. Am I right? Yeah, buddy. Anyway, so it's a 4 mana 6/5 indestructible. It's the legendary creature enchantment god because, well, he's the red god. And if your devotion is less than 5, it's not a creature, much like the other gods we've seen. But what makes this ability, it's this phrase right here. It's the supplementary text that makes me really like this god. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. So for one, it's really good in two-headed giant, but in other ways, it works really well with cards like, I don't know, Young Pyromancer, for example. So this guy, also 2 colorless red, each creature you control gets +1/+0 until end of turn. So your whole team gets fire breathing. Like, I think he is very powerful. I mean, he's a lot better than I think the red, or not the red though, the white god, or the green one even. Like, I'm very impressed with his design and how he works. I'm curious to see how he'll see play. I'm actually very curious to see how he plays out. But I think he's pretty cool. I really like him. Next we have Battlewise Hoplite. So it's a 2 mana 2/2 for Azorius colors blue white that has the heroic ability. Whenever you cast a spell that targets him, put a +1/+1 counter, then scry 1. It's not bad for like an aggressive blue-white. I mean, he's another human too, if you want to go with that. Unfortunately, the human strategy loses a lot with Innistrad rotating out. But it's still a pretty aggressive dude in limited. I'm not sure how far he'll get there. Being able, if even one spell that targets him, having a 3/3 and being able to scry 1 is not terrible, depending on the spell, of course. Next we have Pixis of Pandemonium, a play off of Pandora's Box. It's a 1 mana artifact that tap, each player exiles the top card of his or her library face down, or 7 tap, sacrifice it. Each player returns face up all cards and put them all into the battlefield if they're permanents, or all permanents into play. I phrased that wrong. Kind of cute, kind of fun. It's quite literally Pandora's Box. It's not going to see any constructed play by any stretch of the imagination, because, well, Hell Vault and stuff. But it's still cute. It'll be fun to play with in casual formats. Next we have Night Howler, which is a very interesting one, because it's a 3 mana 0/0 that gets +X/+X, where X is the number of creature cards in all graveyards, or Bestow is just 1 mana more than its casting cost. Reminds me a lot of a card, I believe it's called Mortivore, which has the same ability but could regenerate for black. And this is a very, very aggressively costed Bestow. I mean, this is by far the best Bestow card we've seen thus far, because all the other ones are like 7 mana, 6 mana. This one is just a pump effect, so not like a cantrip or anything else. But this is not. I don't think it's going to be standard playable, but I think it's certainly going to be a decent play in limited. It's going to be a big creature. Next, oh my god. Okay, this is, I believe it's Porphyros Emissary, I believe that's what it's called. So a 4 mana 3/3 that has Bestow for 6 colorless and a red. And it is enchanted, if this creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures, and enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. So it's the same sort of effect that all of these emissaries do. Is it emissary? Yeah, it is emissary. So all the emissaries have the same sort of effect, where it's going to be a casting cost and then the bestow mechanic. So that's kind of cool. It makes sense though. Each god has their emissary. Next we have Hunt the Hunter. So it's a green sorcery that's target green creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and then it fights target green creature an opponent's controls. So it's literally for the green on green action. So it might be a sideboard card, maybe. I'm not sure. Like, that's about as far as it goes, is sideboard. Next you have Sylvan Caryatid, which had the name spoiled for a while. But here it is. It's a 2 mana 0/3 Defender Hexproof. Tap to add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So I think it's a Utopia Tree upgrade by a good amount. I think it's kind of cute or kind of cool. I'm not sure if it's better or worse than Birds of Paradise. People are gonna, if I say one way or the other, people are gonna complain that it's the other one. Having it come out on 2 is kind of a major downside because turn 1 mana dork is considerably better than turn 2 mana dork. But this one's not a bad one. I mean, it can block a good deal of dudes and, well, taps to add mana. So I'm curious to see if this one will see standard play. And last we have Master of Waves, another card I'm kind of excited about, but for weird reasons. So it's a 4 mana 2/1, protection from red. Elemental creatures you control get +1/+1. And when it enters the battlefield, put a number of 1/0 blue elemental creature tokens onto the battlefield equal to your devotion to blue. So this guy can do stuff. I would like to point out that young Pyromancer tokens are in fact elementals, and so is Frostburn Weird, which works well with both of those cards. Whether or not that's going to be stranded playable, I'll probably say no, but it's a very cute combo. And I'm curious to see how Master of Waves plays out. It's very interesting. Like, if you kill the Master, then all the 1/0 elemental creature tokens just go poof. So yeah, if they were 1/1s, that would be a completely different story. Like that would change the card by a lot. But I'm curious to see. It makes sense that he brings the wave, and when he leaves, the wave goes away. He does the wave, guys. He does the wave. I got this. Okay. Anyway, that's going to be it for Spoilers for today. Thank you guys all for watching. Rate, comment, and subscribe.